Okay, we're going to do part 2 of Federalist number 17. This is the second paragraph. I'll read it and we'll talk about it. But let it be admitted, for argument's sake, that mere wantonness and lust of domination would be sufficient to beget that disposition. Still, it may be safely affirmed that the sense of constituent body of the national representatives, or in other words, the people of several states, would control the indulgence of so extravagant an appetite. It will always be far more easy for the state governments to encroach upon the national authorities than for the national government to encroach upon the state authorities. The proof of this disposition turns upon the greater degree of influence which the state governments, if they administer their affairs with uprightness and prudence, will generally possess over the people, a circumstance which at the same time teaches us that there is an inherent and intrinsic weakness in all federal constitutions, and that too much pains cannot be taken in their organization to give them all the force which is compatible with the principles of liberty. So he starts the paragraph by saying, okay, let's assume that what you said in the first paragraph is correct. Let's assume, let's agree for argument's sake, just so that we can debate this thing. The mere wantonness and lust of domination would be sufficient to beget that disposition. Let's even say that the federal government is thirsty for power. Okay? Just wants to grab power. Remember, consolidate power, he said in the first paragraph. He says, then the people that are in the states will stop the federal government from going too far, stop it from crossing the limit. And then he turns around and says, if the states do their job right, if they're good to their people, if they take care of their people, citizens of different states will always be closer to the state government, and they will never allow a federal government to push the state government around. So he says, the cure, even if what you're saying is right, even if the accusations you're making is right, the cure is, number one, you, the state officials, be good to your people, make sure that you consider their long-term peace and prosperity of them, for them is your first concern. Your citizens are never going to sell you out. Your citizens are always going to be loyal to you first, and then to the federal government. All right, I'll continue in the next video. I have to pause here.